We are coming at you to encourage you to continue to gather. We have our ambassadors program, and we have even sped up the process. So if you have no idea what we're talking about, to become an ambassador, go to our S&D page, which I'm sure is available somewhere. And we have expedited the process to become an ambassador because we want to equip you with everything you can possibly need. And what we have in there is literally step-by-step guides to leading a group, because we know it can be intimidating. It can be scary to have people have expectations on what you're inviting them to. But this, more than ever, is a time where we have to continue to gather. We have to do what we know to do, which is connection. Connecting with people in whatever way possible. Through FaceTime, through Marco Polo is a great app.
Marco Polo.
Also the gay Polo.
Out your window or something.
Yeah, yelling at people from your window. That works.
Or singing. Aren't the Italians?
They are. They're singing to each other.
Italians are singing.
Because they're amazing.
Just connect. And our course, Fierce Unity, I think more than ever, I feel like I already said that, more than ever, to really get this, that to be unified. I think that's what's so cool about hard times.
Yeah.
That's the huge benefit, is that it does unify us as the body of Christ.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it recenters what unity is and what it looks like to carry it within yourself.
Yeah.
Not just go somewhere, but to carry unity within you and the church in you, and always to bring that. And I think this is just a recentering of what that looks like. So.
Yeah, so go through that course, lead others through it, sign up to become an ambassador, because more than ever, as Julie's saying, we need people stepping up and actually becoming the church. And not only that, we actually want to show you guys bring in a couple of our friends from a safe distance to show you some creative ways to connect with people. So we're zooming in some of our friends so you can hear from them.
Well, thank you so much for hopping on. First of all, we just want to say that we're glad that you're safe and you're not quarantined right now. We think you're safe.
I'm safe. Yeah, I'm good. I'm in a beautiful home. I have my brother here, and we're just hanging out, honestly.
Awesome. Okay, what's the craziest thing y'all have done since you're social distancing?
The craziest thing, probably braving the grocery store. I went grocery shopping on Tuesday, and it was pretty crazy. Honestly, though, I went to Trader Joe's, and they were pretty stocked up on everything, so that was kind of nice that I didn't feel like I was missing out on a ton of stuff. But it was really packed. So that's honestly the craziest thing.
Have you bought any toilet paper?
Well, so we're staying at a friend's house, and they are like all stocked up on toilet paper, so I didn't even have to worry about looking for it, thankfully. But my grandparents don't have any, so I'm actually gonna go to my work today and pick some up for them.
So if I had to know, are they hoarding toilet paper? Because if they are, I'm going to organize a raid.
They're not. They're not. At least I don't think so. If they are, I haven't found the hidden stash. If I do, though, I'll let you know. Citizens arrest, I will be on top of it, I promise.
I did a roll count for Jess and I, and we have 12. Is that a lot? I don't even know.
That's reasonable.
We just buy the normal size packs. I mean, no toilet paper thing looks normal, though. They all look gigantic.
We have
but
like 5.
Anyway, you have 5? Oh,
I might
no.
be struggling. I'm going to come to you guys.
Oh my gosh.
All right, last question, Tiffany. Have you guys created any fun games that you guys can do while quarantined?
We played this really fun card game called 22. Did we play it with you?
I don't know. 22.
I've never heard
I
of
don't
it.
think so.
Heard of it.
I don't think
Did
we
Taylor
did.
Swift make it?
Two-person game?
It's a two.
You mean 21?
Because you have.
How do you play?
I've been playing this game for a long time, and it's a game that my brother learned like several years ago, and we just like have all adopted it. But I've gone out and played volleyball with some friends, less than 10. Literally, there was 9 of us, and we were it was like a beach volleyball court, so it was like open air, sand. So I feel like that is practicing safe social distancing, because there's like not people around. There's less than 10 of us, and we've been doing that for like the past couple days. So I hope that that's like a responsible enough thing to do. It's just something to like get us out of the house, you know, but
That's necessary.
otherwise, like we'll go for runs. The neighbors have like a gym in their garage that they've invited us over to, playing games, watching movies. I don't think we've invented any games just yet, but we're probably approaching that pretty soon.
Yeah. Good. Well, we'll check back with you in a week then.
I want to ask her a question. This is less fun. Shocking. But Tiff, you're someone who's done a lot of work from home in the past before any of this. What are some of the like routines and structure that you would recommend people who are just being thrown into the work from home life that they set up to kind of maintain that sanity and normalcy?
Yeah, totally. I think one of the biggest things for me is like getting up and getting ready at your normal hour that you normally would. Like, of course, it's nice to adopt like a, you know, oh, I'm just going to wear my pajamas or like stay in bed for, you know, all day. But I think what really helps me is to get up at the normal time that I would, like get ready, put on like a full outfit. Even if I'm literally not going to leave the house, it just makes me feel better that I've like done my hair, done my makeup, put on a nice outfit. And then like sometimes like I'll switch up where my workstation is. So like right now I'm at my desk, but then sometimes I'll go to like the back porch. And I think stuff like that just helps me stay consistent in a routine, but also switch it up enough that I'm not like, it doesn't get so mundane. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like keeping like a regular like eating schedule too, working from home, it's so easy to just literally snack all day. And like you don't actually eat a full meal, but you just like eat snacks all day. So I think also like making it a point to keep a consistent eating schedule like you normally would is really healthy, and I think will also help keep you sane. And then also for me, because I like to cook and bake, it helps me. That's like a creative outlet for me, is like, oh, it's kind of a break, but it's also my eating time that I'm gonna like try out a new recipe, you know, but eat at my normal times and in the normal ways that I would.
That's so good.
Well, if you want to bake and send us some stuff, you know, we're definitely not opposed.
with some of that toilet paper. Find the toilet paper stash.
Separated.
Yeah, toilet paper and some baked goods in the mail.
Well, Tiffany, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thanks for taking some
Thank you so
time.
much for having me. It was so good to see all of you. I wish I could hug you.
6 feet. Elbows. Question: what's the craziest thing you've done thus far while you've been quarantined?
Craziest. Be productive.
Haven't just watched TV the whole time?
Man, yeah, like I've just really been taking this time to slow down more and learn more and more what it means to be a son of God. I realized that times that I feel just unworthy are because the reason why I've like struggled with feeling unworthy at times is because I've without realizing it, I kind of just grew up and had this identity of believing that I'm more of a servant first rather than a son. And what's been speaking to me a lot, what guys kept bringing me back to over the past few months is the parable of the lost son. Because like when I'm feeling like I'm not in right standing with God for whatever reason, I'll take on these thoughts that are like, oh man, I'm feeling unworthy, therefore I am unworthy, therefore I don't deserve God's love, I'm unworthy of him, and blah, blah, blah. And so I'll go to him with that, just like when Jesus was sharing the parable. The son, he said the son was like, oh, I'm not worthy of being called a son. I'm just gonna tell him to treat me like one of his servants. He goes to him. That's what he says, and his father's like, no, you're my son. Like, yeah, they have to serve me, but you get to. Yeah. But you're my son first, whether you're serving me or not, like before and after. So that's been really huge for me, just learning to enjoy time with my dad, you know, like just being there. So
No, I actually loved it because when, like, as you know, we were supposed to connect Friday, but I love that you were like, hey, I want some more time, like, with God. Like, it wasn't like, I was like, oh man, like, I was like, I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's so cool. And I love that you're getting that time and that you're actually using this time to dive in deep, because like we've been talking about it a lot. We're like, yeah, you could use this time and you could binge watch all of your favorite TV shows. And like, even I had a friend last night, he's like, hey, do you want to borrow my whole set of Avatar: The Last Airbender and go through it? I was like, that's super tempting. But I was like, no, I can't.
You
I was
didn't even
like,
bring it up to me because you knew what the answer
I was like, I knew it was going to be no. But yeah, we're like, it's a time period of isolation brings out like the most in this time. Like it brings about the move of God. And you saw it with Isaiah. Like Isaiah had to go into isolation, and he went to the point where he's literally being fed by a raven every single day, and he just drank from a brook. So I love hearing that.
We're not saying you do that.
Yeah. Pretty sure there's a bird behind you.
California rivers, LA rivers are pretty trash. So
yeah, exactly. So what would you say to encourage just everyone that as they're kind of going through this and not able to gather, just to continue to becoming, actually being the church in this season?
I think I'd say to be the church, like that phrase implies some type of action, but to be the church, first we just have to be rooted and grounded and secure in just our relationship with God. I'm just speaking from what's been personal to me because it's just so real. Yeah, of course, still continue to pray and ask God how to just move your heart for different people. Reach out to especially extroverts who are struggling right now from lack of community. Like looking to talk to friends with that and catch up with them. But just being this is nobody. People can't work now. They can't go out to events. They kind of have to stay home. But now's the time that a lot of just internal insecurities, fears, anxieties, doubts, things like that can be addressed and taken to God directly. Things that we've either ignored or not been aware of that were there or haven't had time to really work through. Now we can have time to do that and let God just be the vine dresser and prune us in some ways that we didn't have as much time to before. Yeah. with everything else going on, and there's such an ease to it. I had a really good moment, or I had an experience with that last month, where just a whole bunch of insecurities, doubts, fears, worries, anxieties, and stuff that I've been in mindsets that I've been carrying for years. I was not even aware of that were affecting my relationships with people, my view of myself, my view of God. And once they started coming up, one by one, I was trying to figure them out. And then it got to the point where it was just too much. I was like, God, you got to fix it. I can't even, I don't understand this. And I reached out to some friends, asked for prayer, and just spent time with God on my own about it. And he started showing me and revealing to me the different individual lies that I was believing, how they were affecting me, when they were first planted, times that they were reinforced, and then replacing them with truth. So I think that's a great way to be the church. The church is the body of Christ. And if the body's not healthy, then it's not going to be very effective in what it needs to do. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's my answer.
That's awesome.
I love that too, because if people follow you or know you, they would be like, Chaz is awesome. He's got it all figured out. He's good at relationships. There's so much deeper that we can all go and just peeling back those layers in this time. But I want to ask you one more question, and this one's really important. What is the best quarantine meme you've seen or made?
Ooh, best quarantine meme. Let me see. Oh man, what had me cracking up? I saw a TikTok earlier today, actually, of these two brothers that, or one of the brothers just started freestyling about quarantine and social distancing. He went in his brother's room, and his brother jumped in. I just couldn't help but smile at it. It was funny, but it was funny because it was just so wholesome and joyful. I can send it to you, but there's been a bunch.
Send it to me.
There've been a bunch. One of the funniest things to me also is just how many people are going live simply because they're bored. I've never seen so many people going live on Instagram before.
Yeah,
but that's also cool. Like people are using it as a way to connect and just help others who are in isolation right now. So
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks so much for taking time. I appreciate it. Seriously. I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. It was just good to. It's good to see your face. It's good to connect.
Sure.
But
You too.
I appreciate this, and dude, I hope things are going deeper and deeper as you're in this time of quarantine. I know it's been for us, so we'll continue praying for that.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, love you, man, dude. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too, guys. Take care.
See you. Bye.
All right, guys, we hope you loved just those Zoom calls. I don't know what Jess is doing. Jess and Julie are telling jokes in the back. They're still doing their Zoom thing. But anyway, make sure you click the link, become an ambassador, go through the Fierce Unity course. It is so important right now that we stay unified as a body of Christ, as a country, in every single way. And so, hope you enjoyed this. We will see you guys next time.